This recipe is going to help you use the last of those green tomatoes and make your kitchen smell amazing. I'm Tess, and today I will show you my recipe for green tomato mincemeat and the process for canning. Stay tuned. This is it. This is the last of the garden tomatoes. I think I'm more excited about the green tomatoes than the ripe ones. Today I'm making and canning green tomato mincemeat. It's great for filling in pies and pastries, and I really like it just by the spoonfuls as is. This green tomato mincemeat has a great Thanksgiving and Christmas smell and flavor. In my large stock pot, I'm adding in 12 cups of chopped green tomatoes, 6 cups of chopped apples, and I'm using Granny Smith apples, 1 pound of raisins, and you can use dark or golden. The recipe calls for 1 cup of dried currants, but the only thing I have is dried cherries. And the recipe calls for candied citrus, but I didn't have any, so I'm using 1 finely minced zest of 1 lemon and 2 tablespoons of minced candied ginger, 1½ teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of allspice, ½ teaspoon of ground cloves, ½ teaspoon of black pepper. I think this really enhances the boldness of the other spices. 1½ cups of brown sugar, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 3/4 cup of lemon juice, 1/3 cup of apple cider vinegar, and 2 cups of water, giving that a good mix and bringing this up to a simmer. This is going to cook for 1 to 2 hours or until the liquid reduces and the mixture thickens. I will stir this frequently, especially near the end so it does not burn. Remember, there's a lot of sugar in there. Also, give it a taste along the way. I am adding in another teaspoon of cinnamon. The taste does change a little bit as it cooks, so you can adjust the spices and the sweetness to your taste. Normally, after the green tomato mincemeat cooks down, I would can and process the same day, but it didn't work out that way. So I get to show you the cooled mixture and how it continued to thicken as it cooled. Now I'm going to reheat the mixture and can. I washed all my jars, lids, and rings. I'm using my pressure canner to water bath the jars, and it's just as easy for me. I filled the canner with water and a splash of white vinegar to help decrease the residue. Before you start, it is always best and recommended that you check with the USDA's Complete Guide to Home Canning and the National Center for Home Food Preservation for Safe Home Canning Guidelines. I will leave a link for both of these in the description box below. I'm using pint jars today, and they will water bath process for 20 minutes. For quart jars, it is 25 minutes. I'm filling the jars to a ½ inch head space. You can see the green tomato mincemeat has a beautiful color and is just the right thickness. When making a pie or ham pastries, you can thicken the mixture with a cornstarch or flour slurry. As you can see, this recipe is like or is a chutney, so you can eat it on the side. It is bright, refreshing, and delicious with all those fall and winter flavors. Now I'm debubbling with a plastic chopstick. You want to get out all those air pockets on the bottom and around the sides. Cleaning the jar rims with a white vinegar towel. Placing on my lids and my rings finger tight. Hot jars, hot water. In go my jars, and make sure you have 1.5 inches to 2 inches of water to cover the jars. Bringing this up to a full boil and processing for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, I will turn off my heat and let the jars inside the canner for another 5 minutes to acclimate. This recipe made 8 pints of green tomato mincemeat, plus a little container full for an English muffin in the morning. These will rest for a full 24 hours. After 12 hours, I remove the rings and make sure they have all sealed, and they all did. After 24 hours, I lightly wash, label, and place on the shelf. I hope this video gives you some ideas of what you can do with your green tomatoes. Enjoy! If you like this video recipe, please remember to hit the like and subscribe button to receive my future recipes. Please feel free to share my channel with your friends and family. It really helps my channel grow and it is greatly appreciated. And until next time, much love.